I've gained 40 pounds and it's time to put a stop to it. Hi YouTube, my name is Bethany Grace. I am a mom of 2 toddlers and I am getting ready to go on a weight loss, because I actually already started 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago, April. It's now July. I have gained a little bit of weight recently and I am looking to get that off. So in the last 4 years, I had 2 kids and there was a global pandemic, and I also quit a fairly active job to stay home with my kids, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I thought that was going to be a lot more active than it is. So I've gained about 40 pounds in the last 4 years, and we're putting an end to that. I have a very complicated history with weight loss, so I will share my current weight loss results a little bit later. We'll get into that. I grew up overweight. I yo-yo dieted from like 10 years old, 11 years old onward. Atkins and low fat and Weight Watchers and extreme calorie counting and a lot of things. When I was 18, I went to a weight loss camp, which I actually had a lot of fun at, and I lost like 30 pounds. And then I went on to work at that weight loss camp for 3 years after. And I successfully lost on my own about 72 pounds during that time. And I was really happy with that. But unfortunately, as typically happens, it came back. And I gained even more weight after that. And I pretty much gained steadily through college and even after college. I will insert some pictures here. And these aren't even at my highest. I avoided the camera like a plague when I was at my highest. So when I was 26 years old, I hit my all-time high, which was 315 pounds. And at that time, I decided that I was going to have a weight loss surgery. And I did go through with that pretty quickly. Within about 6 months, I had had a surgery, and I chose the mini gastric bypass surgery. My aunt had had it and was very, very, very successful with it. And also at that time, which was about 10 years ago, my insurance was not covering it at all. Like, a lot of insurances were not covering it, and the ones that did, the hoops were years and years and years long to complete. So I was blessed that I was able to pay for that out of pocket. That was a lot of money, but it was the best decision of my life. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for helping with that. I really appreciate it. So I was able to lose 135 pounds after surgery, which took me down to an overweight BMI as opposed to a morbidly obese BMI. I was considered a very successful mini gastric bypass. So I went from 315 at my highest to 180. And I felt very, very, very happy at that weight. I maintained that weight for 6 years. During that 6 years, I got married and found a job that I absolutely loved, and I was living life, doing activities, doing all the things that everybody wants to do in life. I like hiking and biking and just being generally active. I didn't feel limited by my weight in any way, so that was great. So I maintained that weight loss I lost it over the course of 2 years, from 26 to 28. I met my husband at 29. We got married. About 2.5 years later, I got pregnant with our first baby. And so I maintained that weight loss the whole way through, with very little variation, like, 2.5 pounds up, 2.5 pounds down, 2.5 pounds up, 2.5 pounds down. Like, it was very, very, very stable in there. And then I got pregnant. I don't really count that as weight loss or weight gain. You know, I gained a very normal amount of weight during my pregnancy, about, I don't know, like 20, 25 pounds. And then as soon as my daughter was born, literally 3 weeks after I gave birth, that weight was gone. So I don't really attribute pregnancy to the reason why I gained weight again. At least not that pregnancy. It was very easy to get my pregnancy weight off. I know a lot of people just hate me right now. So sorry. But that one wasn't very difficult. I attribute my weight gain to the fact that I quit a fairly active job. It wasn't like personal training or anything, but I was up and walking around and going from place to place and in and out of my car all day. So, you know, I wasn't like stagnant at a desk all day. So I quit my job. I had my baby. I attribute my weight gain to quitting that job, getting into a completely new lifestyle as a stay-at-home mom, which I'm very blessed to be. I'm so thankful to be home with my babies. I love them so much. But I was not as active as I was. And then obviously I wasn't going to the gym because I had a newborn baby. And COVID hit, like the lockdowns happened. And I learned how to bake lots of things, just like everyone else. We learned how to bake bread. We learned how to make cinnamon rolls from scratch. That was great. You know, just all the things. What did you do during the lockdowns? You learned how to cook yummy new recipes. Like that's what everybody did, right? I gained some lockdown weight. Then about 2 years after my daughter was born, I got pregnant with my son. And that pregnancy, I actually did not gain tons of weight with either. In fact, I was losing weight in my 3rd trimester and they were really concerned. But everything was fine. I just couldn't eat. I was not feeling well. So then I had 2 toddlers, doubly stuck in the house, doubly not going to the gym, doubly not doing anything for myself, just taking care of the kiddos. And also the stay-at-home, I wasn't working. So I just became very homebody and kind of put my life on hold a little bit. So over the course of those few years, so I guess that's been since, well, the end of 2019 is when my daughter was born. So the end of 2019, from then I've gained 40 pounds and it's time to put a stop to it. So I've actually already started. I did start just by keeping track of my calories, keeping them within a range. I'm not going to go into specifics. I know that's very triggering for a lot of people. It's what I do. I enjoy writing down what I eat and looking for common themes. I will go into my results a little bit later, but right now I'm going to go for a walk because there's a lot of people here and I need to switch locations. So I'm going to go for a walk and I will catch you on the flip side. Just got back from our walk. I look a hot mess, mostly because it's hot. At least I'm not completely tomato faced. I mean, not completely, but So today is my day off. I don't know if I mentioned that. So about once a month, my mom takes my kids and keeps them for the day. And I get a day off to do whatever I want. So that is what I'm doing. So I just wanted to get outside because today is not as hot as it has been. Maryland right now is going through a crazy heat wave. Like whenever I look at the weather, it's like 15 degrees hotter than the average on this day in history. So it's been like 95, 96, 97 with like 1,000,000% humidity. No, just kidding, like 95% humidity or higher. And today it is only like 80. So a lot better, a lot better. But I am gonna go get a coffee. So on to the results portion of this video, which I'm sure is what most people here want. I started paying attention to my diet and calories around April 23rd, which is a random Tuesday, but tip number one, start now. Don't start tomorrow and don't start Monday. So I started on a random Tuesday and I started at 221.6. And my most recent weigh-in was on June 30th, and I was 207.7. So I've lost 13.9, so almost 14 pounds since April 23rd. So the last week of April, May, and June. So 9 weeks. Slow and steady wins the race is gonna be the motto. So if you're interested to come along for the journey, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye. Sorry, there's a lot of people going around and I'm self-conscious. So this is very distracting. There's a sheriff coming this way. Oh no, he turned around. Okay. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just sitting here in a parking lot. And a school bus. There's like a ton of bikers. This is really embarrassing. There's a truck. This is a really busy place. And my brain just froze. This is hard. It's hard to talk to yourself into a camera. It really is. I picked a great spot to film, didn't I? Especially with this. That's okay.